Hey everyone, this is Chris here. Just wanted to do a quick video for you guys. I've had several viewers ask about how much money it costed to build my shed and the aviary outside, and kind of what the cost estimates were, you know, to put all this together. And so you can see the sink in there. I do apologize. I haven't cleaned the shed out today. It's coming on Saturday, and so we got a few days away. But I do clean it almost every single Saturday, and today is Wednesday, and you can see how dirty it gets. And it gets dirty really quick. You know, birds are messy. So if you're ever wanting to get a pet that's not messy, maybe don't consider birds. They do throw seed around, they poop everywhere, you know. I love birds, so the mess does not bother me. I do try and keep it clean for the health of my birds, and also it looks better, you know. I want people to come and look at these birds and say, wow, you know, this is a really cool setup. And so I'm just gonna step outside here and show you a view of my shed. There you go. And let's see, where's my finger? That door opens as well. So the shed that I have here is a 12-foot by 10-foot shed. So 12 feet long and then 10 feet wide. That is the shed. I was able to get the shed for, let's see, I got it for $400. So I got a really good deal on it. And one of my goals in building this shed, close my light bulb here. One of the goals in building this shed was to go as cheap as I possibly could, but I also wanted it to look nice. So here's the side view of it. You know, I got shingles up on top. I have 2 roof vents. There's one here, and then I have one on the other side to keep it ventilated. I do have power running to it. I have the shed sitting on some stilts, so they're off and away from the weather. I do have a couple air vents here and there. And so I paid $400 for the shed, which is a really good deal. Typically, this shed here, if you get it from Home Depot, you're looking anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000, depending on if you build it yourself or you have the company come out and build it for you. So I saved a lot of money there. And then I paid a guy $150 to transport the shed to my house. So in total, I paid $550 for this shed. When I got the shed, the guy who I bought it from, he actually owned pigeons. And so he already had this divider cage in and this. And he actually no, he didn't have that one. He just had this cage. And it actually came all the way to this front door. So I ended up taking that space out. I'll go back a little bit for you. Sorry, that sun's really bright. So I did keep this cage. This was already here, so I left that there. And then I built this cage, I added onto that. I had built this separately, so this moves. I can move this in and out. I need to put it on wheels, but I haven't yet, so it's easier to move. And then my canary breeding cages, I was able to get a really awesome deal. Guys, I just lucked out. Typically, I don't know the actual cost of these. I think they're around, I'm trying to think, probably they're around like the $300 to $400 range for a stack of cages, I think is what it is. So I got 2 stacks. So I have 2 stacks of 4 cages. The other stack's inside my garage, plus an extra cage. So I have 9 cages total, and 2 stands. They come with little stands on them. So the gentleman that I bought my mosaic canaries from, you can see one sitting here. Sorry, it's kind of dark with the lighting's bad. He kind of did a breeding deal with me, and he said, hey, you know, I'll give you the 3 pairs of mosaic canaries that I have and the 1 pair of lipochrome canary, and I will give you my cages, And he's like, he told me that if I took care of the cages, or if I took care of the birds, sorry, took care of the canaries, and was loving to them, he would sell these cages to me $100 a stack. So I got 2 stacks of cages for $200, $100 each, and then he gave me a really good deal on the canaries, and I basically ended up getting 6 canaries for the price of 3. Just awesome gentleman. He really did me a huge favor. So as far as the supplies for my cages go, I only spent $200 on these, and then I spent $50 in wood to build this, and I spent, so the wire that I put in there, I bought a big roll, a 100-foot roll, and I think it was like $80. So I bought the roll to do these cages, and then also to wire this part and to add wire to my aviary outside in the back. So I also, when I got the shed, it wasn't insulated, and I breed my birds through the winter, and it gets really cold in the winter, you know, sometimes at nights it drops below 0. So I insulated it, I put sheetrock on it, I ran electrical throughout the whole shed. You can see I have lights up there, I have a light in there that's not turned on, a light in there that's not turned on. I have this light here, lights there, I have a few outlets. So I had to buy sheetrock, I had to buy insulation, I had to buy electrical to run it, and I did all this myself. I didn't hire anyone out, and the main reason for that was so that I could save money. And I think in total what I spent for the inside of this, it was about $500 for the inside of this cage, to insulate it, to sheetrock it, to paint it, to get the wire, to build these cages. $500, and then that's added onto the, what was it? How much did I say I got my shed for? I had it for, got it for the guy for $400 or $550. So $550 for the shed, $500 for the inside. So we're at $1,000.50. And then I spent probably about another $500 on the outside of my aviary. About another $500 in wood, the wire, and I have wood down there, I got wire there. I put some tin roof on the one part of it, and then I also brought in rocks. So I had a truck come in and dump rocks out in here before I built any of this, or before I put my shed on. That was a couple $100 for the rocks. So in total, for this shed and setup, I spent about $1,500 roughly, and that's including the cages that I have inside. So I tried to go really cheap as I can. Some of the materials I got from a reclaimed facility. Other materials I bought brand new from Home Depot. The shed I got a really good deal on. I got it for less than half price, and then on the inside I did all the work. So if I were to hire out someone to build all this for me, you're probably looking around, I probably would say $3,000 to $4,000, and that's probably on the lower end of the spectrum. And I spent $1,500 because I did it all myself. And there's things I like, there's things I don't like. For example, right here I don't have a trap door, so if I open this door right here, I have the chance of some birds escaping, and that happened to me actually this winter, and I lost a couple Goldien finches. So I want to add in a trap door so that birds can't escape. That's on my to-do list. There's a few things on the inside of the shed that I would like to change. A few of the outlets, I want to put them in different places. I'm thinking of getting rid of my wooden nest box, or my wooden breeding cages, and just adding some more canary cages in there. So these wood cages, I really like them. They're spacious. The birds love them. The bottom ones aren't very good. They kind of get cold in the winter, and it's just big and bulky. It's heavy, you know, and so it served its purpose for me, and birds have bred in there for me, but I don't like it as much. So I think I'm just gonna buy another stack of canary cages, and I'll put 2 stacks right here. They should fit perfectly in there. So that's probably what I'm gonna do for there, because I don't really like those, but that's a future project. So for those out there wondering, you know, how much it costed to build this, this is me getting really good deals, going on the cheap end. Yeah, I spent about $1,500 total for everything, but that's me doing it myself. If you were to hire someone else out to do it, like I said, you're probably looking $3,000 to $4,000 for a setup like that. And then it took me, you know, I tried to do this as quick as possible because I had birds inside my house when I bought all this, and I wouldn't recommend that. I recommend you get all this set up first and then get your birds. I did it the other way around. I had my birds first, and they were all inside my house, and my wife wasn't very happy about that. So I tried to get this done as fast as I could, and it took me about a month and a half to get everything done, the inside of the shed and the outside of this aviary. About a month and a half. And then I've slowly throughout time, you know, added more perches. You know, I've gotten a free tree plant from someone that I added in there. You know, those were all added well after I finished the aviary. But so yeah, so $1,500, good month and a half, 2 months is what it took me to build all this and put it together. So if you guys got any questions, if you want me to be more specific in anything else, or, you know, more detailed about what materials I used, or etc., you know, I'd be more than happy. You know, I don't have a plan for this. You know, I didn't draw up a building plan. You know, I just kind of winged it. I just kind of said, you know what, in my head, this is what I want it to look like, so I'm going to start building. And so that's what I did. And so I don't have any drawings or anything like that that I could show you guys or send out, but it kind of just all was in my head, and I just built it. So, but yeah, so let me know if you guys have any questions or would like to know something else. I'd be more than happy to help you out. So thanks, guys.